morning, guys. Good morning. What up, man? Don't forget, guys, hit the like button. Put something in the chat.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Yes, it is a sickness. It is a sickness of the highest order. What a guan, chat. What a guan, what a guan. It is a dry day. Not for Xbox fans, but for the PlayStation community. These horses don't realize how dry it is. I think they're delusional from dehydration. But we'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about everything here tonight. Now, how are you guys doing? How are you guys going? Are you guys doing okay? Tonight we have, a guest again. His name is the Archangel. The Archangel, he's part of a duo. They have a podcast. Every Monday, is it Archangel? Is it every Monday you and Demo have your podcast?
Every Friday at 11 in the morning.
Right, so every Friday, 11 in the morning. Now, you might need to raise your audio a little bit. We kind of hear and you kind of light. But these guys give you great Xbox content. It's been a while since I wanted to have them on the show. I love their banter. I know that they have some very good points. Demo also makes some very good some very good editing there on his channel. So check him out. Give these guys a follow. But today we are going to have, a wonderful discussion here about the, about the gaming community, about Xbox, PlayStation, and we might just touch a little bit about Nintendo Switch. Now, let me just give some shout outs here. We have a pony here. I mean, these ponies are salty, guys. I mean, from the time I put this show up, look what this pony comment and see. This pony said, who cares? They are going to have everything in the end, while you Xbox users will only get Xbox games because third-party support will die if they continue on this path. Wow, what an intelligent comment. Now, this guy don't realize that Sony is changing up right before his eyes, but they don't want to believe it. They want to pretend like everything is normal. But shout out to you, you mingy horse. We'll talk about it. Then let's have Rodney. Rodney, my brother, how you going? Welcome. Yataza, what up, man? How you doing? Professor Strong, what's up? Backstrap Otaku News. If you're looking for anime news, check out that guy. Great stuff. Richie, what up? What up, man? Who again we have here? Mike, I'm seeing that your icon is at time. Yes, the time is running out for these ponies, man. It's running out. Who again we have? We have Showtime Rizzy. What up? And of course, we have our understanding. Welcome, guys. Welcome. There's a lot to talk about today. First thing we're going to talk about, we are waiting for Demo to come in. We'll have Archangel's, take on it. But first thing we're going to do, guys, is that we are going to, we missed something. Something we missed last podcast that we had with game trailers. We missed something that Nate the Hate said. You see, when Nady Hate made his predictions and said that here what Halo and Halo Master Chief Collection and also Flight Simulator is going to both the Switch and PlayStation, we also missed something he said. A once exclusive PlayStation game or games are coming to the Xbox and possibly the Switch too. So let's listen to what we missed, what Nate said, and then we'll talk about it because this is very important. And I hope that that pony is still here because it's very clear that right now Sony is losing its footing when it comes to the exclusives, and this proves it. So let's listen very carefully and let's see what Nate is saying are the games or some games that would be coming to Xbox soon. Now, everyone was looking forward to these games coming. Let's see what Nate says. Let's listen.
And let a release like Oblivion, again, a quality release, but by no means a headliner, just be announced
Let me just say shout out to Anonymous Boss. What up?
a few months later, have its release in June, and go on its merry way. Now, third-party wise, I'm kind of expecting that we're going to have that interference screen appear again. And once again, it's going to be Square Enix.
So he's saying here what? During the Developers Direct, there's going to have an interference screen happening on our when we watch it, right? So what will be that game? What will be that game, Nady Hit? Could you please tell us?
And the game that's going to be announced finally is going to be Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16. Now, the reason why this is big, guys, for years, the PlayStation community touted Final Fantasy as their exclusives. I mean, you don't need to take my word for it. Just go on Twitter and type up Final Fantasy 16 Game of the Year, and you will see how many ponies were claiming Final Fantasy as their own. This game we know belongs to Square Enix, but these ponies were out here dancing in the streets because Final Fantasy was also a nominee for Game of the Year. So it just so happened that one of the PlayStation exclusives, Final Fantasy, is coming to Xbox and possibly the Nintendo Switch too. So, Archangel, what are your thoughts on that?
Yo, let me tell you, I think we're getting whole slate when it comes to Square Enix. No way that these guys are holding back after after the kind of sales that they've been looking at with the kind of money that they've been dropping on their games. There's absolutely no way that Square Enix is gonna leave their I'm telling you, they're going full slate, man.
Yeah. So Square Enix is coming with their full slate. Now, the chat is saying they can't hear you too well, Archangel. Maybe you can raise up your volume a bit or just put the mic a little closer to your mouth. Yeah, a little too low. But he's basically saying the whole slate, the whole Square Enix slate is coming to Xbox. And that is, we have evidence. I mean, the executives there, the leadership there at Square Enix would have already admitted that here what? PlayStation fans are not enough. It just so happened that all these sales, Sony have 70 million console sales, 100 million console sales, 500 million console sales. Who knows what the PlayStation have sold? But guess what? That does not translate into software. That is clear. The PlayStation community is not enough. They are not buying the games. That is why Square Enix, after having this exclusive partnership with Sony for all these years, are saying, you know what? This is it. We're out of there because you ponies are not buying the game. Is that dying horse still in the chat? What do you have to say about that? They are not enough. But let's go on and let's hear what Nate is saying here. Let's continue.
Hey, that's something isn't that something you threw out there a while back?
Yeah, over a year ago.
Yeah, finally Square Enix making good on that Nate promise.
Like finally Final Fantasy 16 will be announced for the platform, and I suspect it's going to be very similar to what we have with Death Stranding. I think it'll be a shadow drop.
How you feel about the shadow drop arc? But in addition to that, what do you think? How do you think the PlayStation community is going to move the goalposts when it comes to Final Fantasy? Because you know they're going to move the goalposts. That's a given.
Oh, yeah, for certain.
How you think they're going to twist this year now?
Well, we all know what PlayStation fanboys like to do. They like to own shit, and then when it comes out for something else, they like to disown that shit.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy comes out, that shit is ours. You know it's ours. They're gonna drop it on everything. They're gonna put it on sale, drop it on Game Pass, and honestly, Xbox is gonna be able to push it onto more screens than Sony can, because Xbox is gonna be on mobile. They already got PC because they got Windows. Microsoft has a great connection with the gaming community, through Windows, and these guys, they already own 500 million MAUs. Can Sony promise that? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, they can't promise that. And you know what? To Ark, it really destroys their narrative, because what they are saying is that Xbox is dead. Why would Square Enix put their game, go through all the hassle of porting this game to a dead console? Could anyone explain that? Where is the ponies in the chat? Is he there? Where is the pony? Why is Square Enix taking the time, money, and effort to port your glorious game to the Xbox? Why is that?
Because the community is still alive.
Obviously, and they see the benefits of it. That's the same thing Kojima did. Kojima had his loyalty to PlayStation. If the Xbox is so dead, why did Kojima put Death Stranding on the Xbox? Again, you guys' narratives are being destroyed left, right, and center. No! After years of Sony money hatting Final Fantasy, we will be getting it. If this rumor is to be true. If this rumor is true, now we understand that here what? Square Enix has said enough. You dying horses. You guys got no money. You guys don't want to. You guys don't want to buy any games. All you guys want to do is cap for how it name on Twitter. So come on, ponies.
This is a sickness. It is.
Yes, it is a sickness. It is a sickness arc, and we have to stop it. So this is what made the haters say. Let's see what else. Is it only Final Fantasy 16 will be coming? Let's see what again.
That would be fun.
Available right now following the presentation. It's going to have both expansions, and hopefully they give it at somewhat of a discount.
So wait. Are we getting both expansions and a discount? just don't act. Look, this is a wait. I have to laugh at these ponies. Because this is great. This is great. We are getting the more refined version of Final Fantasy. Better frame rates, all the expansions, and at a low price. Lower than the white line on the road. That is how low the price would be. But this is amazing. How do you feel about that?
Yo, this is fire, man. Like, I remember when they put Final Fantasy on stage at E3. It was one of the Xbox E3s a long time ago. They took so long to get it, to really get it out. They had some money hat Final Fantasy until it was finished, but I think that they made it to a point where there's just not enough money coming in. They're eventually going to be forced to put it everywhere. There's no way they're not putting it on Xbox. We got like more than 30 million strong, and we're consistent every year. A lot of PlayStation's numbers is bolstered by Call of Duty players and shipped figures and all that shit. My bad, bad words and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like a lot of numbers on PlayStation are padded. You feel me? It's like, when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, Xbox gamers are going to consume this product.
Yeah, well, that is a given. That is a given. Before I add to what it is you said, let me just say, welcome to Demo Flow, man. Demo, what up, man?
What's going on, players? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we're hearing you loud and clear, man. We know you're busy. We know you're busy. We know you have a young one there, and family first, man. Family first. But welcome to the Let's Get It podcast. First time here. It's a while we wanted you here. You know, you guys give some good insights. I know sometimes you guys cut up on these ponies, but we have a family friendly show here.
Right, let's keep it family friendly. Yeah,
buddy. So how you going?
Clean.
Let's keep it clean and serene. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you for having me, man. Shout out to shout out to the whole Xbox community, every gamer out there who's playing games and not console sales. You already know the deal. That's what we're doing out here, bro. We're gaming. We're having a great time. We're so excited, right? Everybody's happy. Like if you go to see the pony show or whatever, everybody's like, rain. It's dark and cold and empty over there.
It's dusty. It's dusty. Demo. When these guys open their door, all they see is dust. It's like a desert, right? They don't have any water. They are dehydrated. That's why they talk so much of foolishness on the internet. These guys are thirsty. That is why they want these games. They're just thirsty, man. Give these ponies some water. You guys will get the first drink of water with a 10-year-old game. Ponies, are you hearing me? The first time you guys would have a clean distilled water is when it is you have Halo Master Chief Collection, a decade-old game. We have been drinking this water for years. That's why our skin is silky smooth, like Egyptian silk, man. So let me just say, we was talking about how of the rumor that Final Fantasy 16 is coming to the Xbox, and not only that demo, but it might come with the 2 expansions. In addition to that, we might have a discount on our way. How do you feel about that demo?
Oh my god! Well, I think it was like Warrior 64.
Yeah,
the dude who does the news, who said something about like Windows Central linked Windows Central article by Just Coding.
Yeah.
Something that said that this there was like a Japanese game confirming that it was.
Here this demo. We have that coming up. We're gonna read that and we're gonna see what Jez is saying.
Oh, okay.
So you're correct. You're correct. There is a Japanese, but how do you feel about Final Fantasy coming with the expansions and also, at a discounted price?
Well, that's funny because that's actually happening on PC, on Steam. They announced Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at a very good discount. They also did the same thing with Final Fantasy 16. So what they're doing is that they're getting these ponies pocket, and they're prolapsing them. Is that cursing? Prolapsing pockets? Well,
no.
Sounds like a bad word, but that's exactly what's going on with them ponies and their pockets. We say their pockets, not the other thing, their pockets. So anyway, let's keep it clean. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of them. They know that they're the type of gamers that love to flex their money online. They like to be like, oh shoot, like why you not buying that? You don't have enough money. Oh, Sony Xbox gamers are broke. They talk all that shit, all that. And but at the end of the day, it's really it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard, bro.
Yeah, I know that. But let me just say shout out. Let me just say shout out to Showtime Rizzy. Showtime Rizzy said ponies are done and dusted, busted and disgusting.
Oh my god!
Thanks for that $2 super chat there, Showtime Rizzy. But I mean, it really begs the question: how bad did Final Fantasy sell for Square Enix to say? Or do you guys think it is because of all the rest of games that flopped, like Forspoken and what again flopped up? I think Foam Stars were also Square Enix. All those games flopped in concession. The community that claimed to be consumers of software, they always buy and support software. Why didn't they support those other games? I'm trying to piece it together. Could you tell me, Ak, how bad did the community flop for Square Enix to say, here what, we are done. We are done, man.
That was harsh, man. because I remember like all the tweets about yo foam up, and if you don't foam up, I'm blocking you and all that stuff. You know, like yo, like come on now, and then to disappear, it's like they abandoned their own community.
Look at that. So I mean, the writing is on the wall. Square Enix had enough of the PlayStation community. That is why we are seeing so much love from Square Enix after all these years. We are finally feeling the love, Square. If this rumor is true, we are feeling the love, Square Enix. Let me just shout out some of the new guys that came in. Let me just say shout out to who am I missing? What is that? Skillashki 21. What up? Why so serious? What up, man? Genua, welcome. Well, Showtime, we shout out Showtime already. Who am I missing? Tyrone Cage, what up? Celia Frostbone, welcome. So, welcome to the guys who just came in. Don't forget to hit the like button. We have Demo Flow Gaming here and Archangel here. Both have YouTube channels. You guys could support them. Subscribe to Demo, great Xbox content. Subscribe to Arc, great content as well. So we are continuing. Let's see what else Nate is saying is coming.
So that you have incentive to buy the game either for the first time or maybe double or triple dip, depending on how you played it. But I think they're going to go one step beyond.
Oh, one step beyond. Okay, interesting. What could they? What are you saying? They're going to announce Foam Stars as well?
After what I say, you'll be wishing Foam Stars was Xbox bound. I think following the announcement of Final Fantasy 16, we will see Square Enix confirm that Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth will be coming to Xbox. Now,
no, this is very interesting. I mean, as Archangel said earlier, he believes the whole slate is coming, and it seems like that. It seems like, you know, Square Enix really needed the Xbox community to help them out. The Xbox community supported the Stalker 2 in droves. They supported, Indiana Jones in droves. So this community is very strong. They buy what it is. We buy what it is we like. We support what it is we like. And that is exactly what's going to happen with Final Fantasy 16 and 7. So it's looking like this Developers Direct might be a big one, guys. It just might be. What are your thoughts?
Yo, I'm hype about it. I'm real hype about that. Yo, it's gonna be like just the sheer amount of games we're getting, like out of control. Can't keep up with them.
No, you can't.
Quality, crazy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's move on from that. So we understand that here, Square Enix is supporting Microsoft now, and we are happy about that. More games. Let's talk. And let me just say, Jay Nunya. What up? I could pronounce your name, man. Jay Nunya.
I think it's Jay Nunya.
Yeah,
like Nunya Business. Something like that.
Nunya Business. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Hey, welcome to JLV 730. First time I'm seeing you here, hit the like button, subscribe if you have not subscribed as yet. So let's now go on to the next topic, guys. Just recently, we have been having a lot of, we have been hearing a lot of things with the Switch 2, right? We are hearing rumors that the Switch 2 is capable of running Flight Simulator, is capable of running Halo. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of news surrounding the Switch 2. So let's see if we can pull up this article. And this article is basically saying that this week, on Thursday, the Switch 2 is going to be announced. So notice what this article says here, right? It says Nintendo Switch 2 will be revealed this Thursday, January 16th. It's claimed. That's according to a previously reliable podcast, Nady Hate, which claims that a reveal trailer planned by Nintendo will focus on the Switch 2 hardware with a software showcase coming later in late February or early March. I find Nady Hate is on fire for the past few days, guys. He has opened the floodgates. He said I can share with you that Nintendo Switch 2 will be revealed in the coming week. I have been told that the Switch 2 will be revealed on Thursday, January 16th, just a few days from now, they said. I've heard that the reveal itself is going to be focused almost exclusively on console itself. There is not going to be any presence of games. There could be a game show running on the screen depending on how the trailer is put together, but software is not going to be the focus. So what are you guys' thoughts about this? I mean, the Switch 2 is very popular news now. I mean, they are getting plenty support from Microsoft, I'm seeing, and it will be possible to run some of the games. Do you think that the handheld market is saturated, or do you think persons are still hungry for, the Switch? What do you think about that?
Oh man, the Switch is legendary, man.
Yeah.
Nintendo is here to play the game. That's all I can say. They took a hiatus, right? Like a little break from the traditional console gaming, and they did the handheld, which I thought it was amazing. So I think they're gonna continue doing what they do best, which is making amazing games. Nintendo, they go to the gameplay. Nobody's making gameplay like Nintendo. Nobody ever will. They got their formula that just work flawlessly. We get games like Super Mario, right? Mario Kart, all that stuff. Zeldas, the Metroids, like they got games for days, man. They're real OGs of this shit. I'm sorry, I cuss again. I'm sorry, oh my god, it's gonna be so hard.
It's anybody, don't worry. You'll get used to it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll get used to it. So I just feel like Nintendo's here to play the game, because if they by any chance they show a little bit of power and ability to run these third-party games like Assassin's Creed, the Far Cry's, the Call of Duties, they're gonna be giving Sony PlayStation and Xbox a run for their money. They're gonna be in there competing. Man, what can I say? The way they did it with the handheld, and the fact that you can also dock the handheld into a TV and play from a TV as well, that right there should be the standard for every freaking console out there, because that's where technology is heading, right? You want
pick up and go.
You want to have your cake and eat it too, right? That's what we want as gamers. So it'll be ideal if maybe Xbox in the future, and then even Sony PlayStation do something like them with way more power. Okay, so obviously, because of the technology, Nintendo had to hold back a little bit on power, right? But I feel like they could make it work on a way that we got something like the Series S, which people talk down on the Series S a lot, but if you think about it, it's really small, really compact, and it's packing a punch in there. So believe it or not. So if Nintendo comes over here with some sort of power and all these third-party games, it's gonna be an automatic buy for a lot of gamers, because for games like Zelda and all the games that they usually release, and also because Nintendo's Nintendo, bro. It's always fun. It's always a good time.
Correct. So you are absolutely correct. I mean, Nintendo software is very strong. I mean, their console could be how weak. You see, Nintendo software, I don't know, man. That is just powerful. The Zeldas. I mean, Animal Crossing is like 67 million units. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. Mario Kart, as you said. So Nintendo software is it's very strong. And one thing I would have picked up from Digital Foundry. Hold on 1 minute. I think my dog is behaving, but hold on 1 minute. Let me just mute here. Okay, he understood the what to do now. The homework. Yes, he understood the homework. Right. So Nintendo software is strong, but something I heard Digital Foundry said is that because of the Series S, developers already know how to make for a weaker console. So because of that, not only Microsoft handheld would be a shoo-in for all these games, but also Nintendo would also benefit from that because of the Series S. So developers already know how to optimize for weaker consoles this generation, and they may have already have those games queue up. So it's looking like Nintendo and Microsoft, when they do drop their consoles, would have an advantage over Sony and their handheld if they are making a handheld because of the Series S. I mean, I don't know what you think about the Switch 2 arc. What are your thoughts? You like it? You don't like it?
I think it's a pretty cool idea. Like, I think it's gonna be great. Like, finally having my friends from Nintendo to play Call of Duty with finally, like, because they have like the hardware and the online is in place finally. So I think that's great. We actually been talking for a minute about the possibility that even Game Pass could possibly pop up on Switch. Because I think Microsoft sees. I know it's like impossible. I know it's crazy. I know.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But it's like if Microsoft's thinking about like, look, the handheld market, the hardware is out there already. We're gonna put ours out there, but at the same time, we're gonna turn everybody else's into an Xbox.
Yeah,
I think maybe that would be a powerful message, and to include Nintendo in that would be pretty cool. I think.
Yeah, good. Yeah, correct. So let me just say shout out to Tommy Rocks 81. Let me say Mr. Curry, Mr. Kima. What up?
Mr. Kim.
Yeah, we have Demo in the building and Skalashki. What up? Yeah. So I mean, Nintendo is doing is their thing. What you guys think would be a fair price for the Nintendo Switch 2? I mean, taking into consideration the time we're living in, what do you think the Nintendo Switch 2 the price would be? Let me hear them first. Yeah,
$350 to $400. That's what I think.
that's a sweet point.
Agreed.
Yeah?
Same. Yeah, 350 to 400.
Yeah, I would love it to be 350, but I think it's going to be 399. I just have a feeling
could be
399. I just have a feeling that Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be 399. I mean, if they could pull off 350, ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna sell.
You're right now that I got more time to think about it after what you said. I think $499 is and it's also based on where we are right now with the economy, right? Everything is double the price, literally. So I mean, we might be dreaming a little bit because it's a brand new piece of hardware that you're able to dock on your TV, you're able to take on the run and play games with. So taking that into account, I don't doubt that it could even be $500 now that you mentioned all of this, because I mean, think about it. They have they're gonna have good power now, so they could try and do that. Hopefully, it's 350. I think if it is 350, a lot more people will buy it, which. That was one of the main selling points of the Nintendo Switch. It wasn't that expensive, right? It was the cheapest out of all the consoles. So I feel like if they bring you and give you a good price, a lot of people will buy it, even people who don't need a Switch. So that'll be dope. I also have a kid now, so please, Nintendo, don't do like that. Don't do it like that.
Correct is right. I'm seeing in the chat that some persons are saying $399, $450. I don't think it's gonna be $450. Come on, $450, not Nintendo. $299. I mean, nah, I'm not seeing.
I don't think so. Nothing is $299 anymore. Not even a freaking what is it, like a milkshake machine? What is it called?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think $299. So that's a hard sell there.
Bro,
but yeah.
$299 is 3 terabytes of storage. Like that's correct. That's it. 3 terabytes. That's it. You think about it. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I think that $400, $399, like you said, and even $500 if they include a couple of little, features, right? New features that people care about. So but looking forward to see what they have to offer. Like Archangel said, I think the most important part and the real highlight of Nintendo bringing their power up to speed with the rest, or up to level, right, with the rest of the consoles, is that crossplay now will be a lot better for Nintendo fans, because I think they suffered a lot in that aspect. especially we had games like Apex Legends that had to have a dedicated version for the Nintendo Switch away from everybody. So it's a game that thrive on multi-console type things, cross-play. So when you don't have the ability to join up with other people who are usually playing, right? Like it's hard for you to be part or become part of the community in certain games. So I feel like Nintendo was a little isolated. That's what I call it, right? Away from us.
Yeah.
But now if they can bring it more into Call of Duty and even Halo, bro, so I can get my kill tacklers and my Kilimanjaros on them. That would be amazing.
Come on, man. The kids gotta eat, man. The kids gotta eat. Come on.
Yeah, no mercy, bro. No mercy. Because
no mercy.
sometimes I be playing something and some little kid beat my crap, with my butt. So.
Yeah. So let me just say that the Switch 2, for me, Microsoft putting games on the Switch, for me, is a very good move. Hear why I say that, right? Microsoft is opening their games to a brand new audience. The Nintendo audience never experienced Microsoft games, right? I mean, if they had dual consoles, well, then of course they would have experienced it. But now Microsoft is exposing their games to not only the Nintendo audience, but also the PlayStation audience. Now, it's not a brand new title, so everything we are seeing that they would have utilized this decade-old game, which is Halo Master Chief Collection, and also a niche game that not everybody buy in bulk, which is a Flight Simulator. These two games, I am seeing Microsoft is doing well on these platforms because, of the multiplayer aspect with Halo. In addition to that, the pick up and go aspect when it comes to Flight Simulator. I think that will do well on Nintendo. But Microsoft is really making smart moves when it comes to gaining revenue, and that would offset any price of developing these AAA games that persons say that is costing a lot. Microsoft is tapping into a brand new revenue stream at the same time giving their consumers these games they want on Game Pass. I mean, it's a win-win situation in my eye. So I don't know what you guys think about that.
Well, I wanted to say that Archangel mentioned earlier because I wanted to interrupt, but I was like, damn, like I'm not gonna do that because he actually has a great point. Like, if Xbox by chance put Game Pass on these consoles, I know a lot of Xbox and bots and all that will get mad. Why do they have Game Pass and all of that? But then you will see how good Game Pass is and how much people need Game Pass, because I feel like people need Game Pass. It's like a good way to save money. People that have kids that buy a Nintendo Switch, they're gonna have to basically pay $70 for each game that releases. While on Game Pass, you get all these Microsoft games for free, plus all the third party whatever deals that they make, and also a regular stream of quality games that they release all the time, new and old, right? So if I feel like the Flight Simulator, right? And like you say, it's gonna be a success because a lot of people would love to jump in and do a flyer to on the Nintendo Switch. It'll be another way that they can take the game with them. And also a lot of people that you could just have a Nintendo Switch and be like, wow, perfect time to just jump in something different. Flight Simulator. A lot of people are into that, bro. Like, believe it or not, a lot of people are into Flight Simulator. It's a huge community of people who's paying. The other day, I think it was the same money that posted somebody who broke his old kitchen just so that he could put a whole setup to play Flight Simulator.
Wow,
Did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one. You see,
bro,
there's a lot of persons entered. Now, when it comes to Game Pass being on the Nintendo Switch or anything else, I don't think Nintendo would allow it or Sony would allow it because then
course.
It will be,
and why? And why wouldn't they allow it? Because who in the hell is gonna buy their games? They got Game Pass.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Yeah. So this is good for us, for the gamer, right?
But let's Xbox Game Pass for the time being, be exclusive to an Xbox platform. If it is you want to experience the wonderful thing of Game Pass, then you need to go out and get a Xbox. It's simple as that. Why cry? Buy an Xbox.
I just think the whole thing is pointless, Island. You know why? Because you can already play Game Pass games on your phone, and 99% of the people, unless they 12, they don't have a phone, right? So if you can already play it on your phone, why not have you play the game wherever the hell you want?
Yeah,
why? You know, I feel like it's kind of pointless because I feel like gamers are fighting about stuff that doesn't concern us. Yeah. That should be Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo fighting like, oh, you know, I put this here, I put that there. As gamers, I mean, the ideal thing is, I mean, I'll be happy if I could just buy, for example, think about it, a Nintendo Switch. And in my Nintendo Switch, I could dock it, I could take it with me on the road, and I can play all the games from PlayStation, from Steam, from GOG, from CD Keys, from every freaking store in only one device. So I don't have to buy a PC, a Nintendo, a PlayStation. So I feel like Xbox, what they're doing is what they said that they would do, which is spend Sony PlayStation out of business. By what? By making consoles obsolete. And it's not, I'm not saying it in a wrong way. I'm saying it like this is the way that it's supposed to be happening, because this is like good for us, for the gamers, so that you don't have to buy a PlayStation. So you don't have to buy, like, literally, that's what they're doing. They like terminating the whole exclusive things. Like, bro, it's not about the box. It's never been about the box. It's always been about the games. Because the last time I checked, I got into video games because of the video games, not because I saw a PlayStation. I was like, oh my God, what a nice, beautiful box. Like,
no, it's,
like,
again, it's about the software and what we as gamers getting. And right now, Microsoft has the best value, and that goes without saying. You get Game Pass, and look at this year. This year is already looking to be, I'm hearing 10 games coming out this year for Xbox, but we'll see if it have any delays or so forth. But right now, the best value is Xbox. That's very clear. Let's move on now. Let's move on to what Demo Flow alluded to a little earlier. You see, just today, there were some little banter online about what Jess Corden would have said concerning the Developers Direct on the 23rd. Let's see what it says here. So this is the article here, one of the articles, and it says, Xbox Developer Direct might be bigger than Microsoft suggested, according to Jess Corden. It says, we are now exactly 10 days away from the recent announced Xbox Developers Direct, the yearly January virtual event where Microsoft shares new details and footage on some of its upcoming first-party games. As always, Microsoft outlined most of the lineup beforehand. We know the hotly anticipated Doom, the Dark Ages prequel by ID Software will be there. For example, we might even get a release window, as there's a solid chance that the first-person shooter powered by the latest version of a tech engine will be launched in the first half of the year. Now, I believe a date is coming. I'm sure you guys agree with that. I'm sure you guys agree that Doom the Dark Ages would have a release date.
For sure.
And of course, extended gameplay. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
We could all agree to that.
Yeah, this company, its software, they're amazing. Like, these dudes, they could pump out games in a timely manner, on budget, with amazing graphics, with amazing gameplay, with innovation, and they seem to be always doing it on time from the way it looks to me. So I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it goes on to say the new intellectual property from Canada studio Compulsion Games, Contrast, We Happy Few, will be there too. South of Midnight is an action-adventure game where players will step into Southern Gothic fantasy settings heavily based on Southern America folklore. As Hazel, a young heroine who can wave magic for traversal and combat. Players must confront various mythical creatures to protect her loved ones and repair the tears in the so-called grand tapestry. So I mean, a lot of persons are looking forward to South of Midnight. They love that, that style of game. I mean, it's unique. Microsoft is giving persons, unique style of games, not just one type of game over the shoulder. Come on, we are talking about different type of games. So even if it is you are the shooter type of person, there's Doom for you. If you like a slower pace, then guess what? South of Midnight is coming. If you like RPGs, then guess what? Avowed would be there. There's so much variety right now on the Xbox platform. It's not even funny, guys. It's not even funny. What are your thoughts on South of Midnight?
Demo, you go first.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to South of Midnight. It reminds me of the back in the day. I would say PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 times.
Yeah.
You play simple games that you would just like go forward, jump, fight a couple of people, run into a cutscene and keep going, and it was just like that.
Platform game.
Yeah. That fun type of game that you just pick up a couple collectibles and stuff. So I feel like it's gonna be a great game. I like the whole Southern style thing. I like the music, the blues. I like the art style a lot. The stop motion animations. I think that's a great idea. That's dope and different too. I feel like it's gonna be a great game. Of course, a lot of people are gonna call it Sweet Baby Inc. whatever because Sweet Baby Inc. worked on it or something. But I don't feel like there's anything wrong with the game. I feel like Hazel is a cool protagonist. It's not like I don't feel like she's woke or nothing. I don't know what people would call it that, but whatever.
Correct.
And I feel like it's a nice setting. I like that she's like facing gods and stuff, like big beasts, like the big alligators and stuff. So
folklore stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know if you ever watched like what is it like Swamp People? I don't know if you ever watched that show, right?
I'm not familiar with it.
You're not? Okay, so these people live in Louisiana, right? By the bayou, by the swamp, and they hunt alligators and stuff, right? So
do they cook these alligators with a little bit of barbecue sauce and drizzle a little bit of garlic butter on it?
Yeah, that's Cajun food. That's Cajun food.
Come on,
they
man.
will do that.
Come on, man. That's what we're talking about.
So, these guys go out on trips and they hunt alligators. So whenever they see some alligator that's super big and it's like elusive to them and they can catch it, they call him something, right? So so they give like these like epic names, right? Like I don't know, like the Loch Ness or I don't know, like they call it like this. Come
on, man.
Like like folktale type stuff. I think that that's gonna be like sort of like what they do. The people from down there, they're super superstitious, right? Yeah. So so I feel like it's gonna be like a great tale. There's a lot of like they had in the culture a lot of like the witches and the werewolf. And the vampires, and so like I could feel like this game could surprise. I think if they do a good job with the platforming and the gameplay and the combat, it could be a great. It could be in a conversation for Game of the Year. I mean, Astro Ball won last year, so anything can win it. So
come on, man, come on, man.
It's way better already.
So, what do you think, Arco? What do you think? How you feel about those games?
All right, look. Demo hit every point that I could have possibly made, but I want to talk about the music real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that
go ahead.
When you're really thinking about a game, like I want to play a game. A lot of times the music is what gets you coming back, and the music in this game, it's fire. It's very cultural. Like it's definitely like got that Louisiana spin to it. Like for real. Like I'm loving the way the game is looking. The art style is looking phenomenal. For real, this game is going to be in a conversation for a long time. And if it's not
of course
Game of the Year contender, come on, man. Like I'm calling the shenanigans.
Listen to me,
Game of the Year.
The mere fact that Demo have the chat talking about gator nuggets and gator sausages, and I mean,
You got
this
everybody
game is
hungry.
going to come on, man. Men are hungry out there for this game, man. Men want to eat and chomp on some gators. Where are the gators? So far we have so many games. So that's just 2 games so far. We also talk about the Expedition 33. We know that's a very good-looking RPG. We're looking forward to that. But the main point of this article, guys, is something that Jez would have said after. What Jez said, hear what it says. It says, but the most intriguing tidbit is that Microsoft promised to also have fan virtually visit a surprise location to see another studio's brand new game. Since then, fans have been widely speculating about what it could be. And now, Windows Central Jez Corton said he thinks the Xbox Developer Direct will be much bigger than Microsoft has so far let on. The only way for that to happen is for this mystery game to be a really big one. However, it doesn't seem like it could be coming from an internal Xbox studio. Now, guys, what do you guys think this game could? Let me read on. Most of them are already busy with known projects, except perhaps Double Fine, whose latest game is 2021's Psychonauts 2. Their titles rarely qualify as really big, though. Perhaps Contraband from Avalanche Studio is finally ready to be shown over 3 years and a half after the announcement. Now, guys, I have a little spoke to throw in the wheel with this, right? So, what this game could possibly be? I'm hearing some persons are saying Neo. That's a Neo. You know,
Yeah,
that's
Neo. The Souls like.
the Souls-like game. Some persons are saying that. But do you think Microsoft is overdoing it with the games? Are there too many games, guys? I mean, this is a lot of games. Is Microsoft in danger of saturating the market so much with games that, I mean, some of the games don't even have time to breathe? What are your guys' thoughts on that? Because I'm really considering that might be the case. Huh?
That's the case.
That's the case.
Can't breathe. Look, this month alone on Game Pass, we got 2 day 1 releases. All right, we got Sniper Elite and we got Eternal Strands. Okay, they're coming out back to back in the same week.
Yeah.
Right. I know a lot of people started talking down on the Game Pass this month because it was weak, but it had 2 day 1 releases. Right. So where's the weakness there? 2 day 1 games. That's $100 freaking $40 that you're saving.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so not only that, Avowed is about a month. It's coming out in a month. I think exactly a month from today. So right there, we have a problem because Indiana Jones out. Okay, I haven't even finished Stalker yet, and now got in my face Indiana Jones.
But that's no demo. Demo. What about Baby Steps? Is Baby Steps coming?
Well, Baby Steps, bro.
Baby Steps remastered
got delayed. Baby Steps got delayed. No joke. Baby Steps got delayed.
Man. I mean, what do you think? What do you think they're doing with Baby Steps? You think they are fixing the physics where you have to walk and slide? What is happening? Are they trying to what? Are they? Does it have an expansion or is it a multiplayer game? What is Baby Steps? Why are they delaying this game? Because to me, I don't see a man. I mean, this guy is sliding in mud. He's trying to put his foot on a branch. What they have to delay in Baby Steps demo?
I had no idea. All I can tell you is like Devolver Digital makes amazing games. They make the most funniest games you could ever play. So I mean, if anything, Baby Step was gonna be the best game they were gonna play this year. So the fact that it's delayed is kind of sad. Because Ghost of Yotei looks plain boring, honestly. I think Assassin's Creed is gonna do a really good job. This year, people probably scratching that itch of the Japanese type thing, fighting sword, because it feels like every PlayStation game is like a sword. I know Xbox got the shooters, but I don't know. I might be biased because I like more shooting games, but I'm saying like it's just way too many swords. It's too much of the same things. Hack and slash, Souls like. So I mean, it'll be great.
Well,
They
I'm
can switch it
looking.
up.
Well, looking, we are rooting for Baby Steps not be
Yeah.
delayed because it's looking like Baby Steps is the only game that could save PlayStation lineup for this year. I mean, it's the only game that is fresh. Baby Steps, you know, walking like a baby, sliding like a baby, talking like a baby. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. So this game that Jez is hinting at, he's saying it just might be big. What you guys think this is, man?
Well,
Yo, what if
I heard
it's,
somebody that based on what he's saying, it could be Final Fantasy, but they said they haven't been announced. He said new game, so it could be the new Final Fantasy, which is like bound to happen anytime now. I think.
Yeah.
So
New Final Fantasy. you want the PlayStation community to burn down Square Enix. There is no way Square Enix announce a brand new Final Fantasy on Xbox. They will burn down. They will go to where is Square Enix located? Is in Japan.
They would raid Square Enix.
They would firebomb Square Enix if that happens. Guaranteed. No, I'm not even joking. They would combust. These police would combust if that happens.
That's just my educated guess, just based on what he's saying, right? But if I had to hope for something, and if I want the game to be, like let's speculate here, what I want it to be, I would say I would like to have a new Killer Instinct. I think that would break the freaking internet. Nuclear Instinct, make it with Nether Realms and Iron Galaxy, do Mortal Kombat, call out both. Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat type thing. Whatever, make it happen. I want to see that.
Demo, that's a good one. Demo, that's a good one. Killer Instinct will destroy the place. I mean, let me just say shout out to my brother, Keston. Keston, what up, man? Snapful, what up? Who again am I missing? RC Alien Foreman, what up? I mean, he is the foreman of all the aliens. What up, man? So I mean, as we are living in some exciting times here, Demo Arc. I mean, so far the year started off with a bang, and it's looking like it's not going to slow down. I mean, persons who really into gaming, who have to spend money for all these games like Assassin's Creed and all these games coming out. I mean, I feel sorry for your pockets, but that is not the same thing with me. I have Game Pass and I will utilize it to the full. Right? I'm sorry for those who have to pay full price for all these games coming out this year. So, guys, we have a final. I don't know if Ark wanted to say something before we finish this topic. You want to say something,
I
Ark?
think,
Go ahead.
A lot of people like to discount, what Game Pass could do for the gaming industry. But if, like, let's say even if you're a Steam gamer, let's say you're one of the 1 billion gamers out there that are on PC, you could see a game drop on Game Pass, play that joint, as long as you feel like playing it, and then when it's on sale on Steam, cop it on Steam and then mod it. And then by then the modding community will be strong and all the cool mods will be out. Like, the way you can consume games are different when Game Pass is around, and it's actually good for the gaming industry because then devs could get paid up front and they could start focusing on updates and sequels and paying their workers and stuff like that, rather than having to wait for whatever shipping figures or MAUs to come through the pipeline.
Yeah, correct. You're absolutely correct. So, I mean, we'll see how things develop with, the amount of games coming out with Microsoft directors, developers direct. We'll see how things develop. Now, guys, we are in our final topic for this evening. And let me just say that the gaming industry is changing. And the Xbox community have come to that realization a while now. I mean, there are a lot of gamers who would have understand that the gaming field, everything is changing. And let me say that persons so far are criticizing very heavily what Microsoft is doing. But it just so happened that they have up a blinder when it comes to Sony, because Sony are doing things today that they never did in the past. And that's a fact. I mean, I don't know, you could be the strongest pony. Sony is doing things different today than they have ever done. Never before Sony would have put a first-party game like Lego Horizon onto Nintendo. That never happened before. Never before in the PlayStation 2 era. Maybe they started in the PlayStation 3 era. I could be wrong. PlayStation putting games onto PC. Far more so day and date, like Helldivers 2. These are new things for Sony. Sony never did that in the past. So if you are sitting here as a pony listening to this podcast and you think that Sony is not changing, Sony is the only one who is not changing, Microsoft have to change because the Xbox fans are not buying games and so forth, you are lying to yourself. Well, it just so happened that I came across a video from a guy, is it VG? What up, Bounty? What up, my brother? Welcome. And this guy found something on the internet. He found something talking about Nintendo 2 is looking like they are not, how to say, blind to the changes happening in the industry. And they are also going to change. So let's listen to what he's saying here. We'll comment on it. And then, we'll have a good discussion on it. So let's listen. VG Fighters, he makes some very good content. Very intelligent dude. So let's listen to what he's saying here.
When people criticize Xbox's strategy, the go-to complaint is that Nintendo and Sony aren't pushing to become more service-oriented or going to the length that Microsoft is expanding software access. First off, all three major competitors in this space are different businesses with their own SWOT. That shouldn't need to be said, but it does. You can't treat Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo the same. They may provide similar products, but their core competencies are different enough to warrant different strategies. Second, Nintendo is expanding game and brand access outside of the console. People act like this shareholder letter doesn't exist.
So you see what's happening here, guys. This guy here, Game Over 30, he's making some very pertinent points. He's saying that Microsoft has a different game model to Sony and Nintendo, just like how Nintendo have a different game model to Microsoft and Sony. Everyone have their different model of how they are going to expand their business, right? And what he's saying is here, what there is a letter that recently came out that Nintendo is saying that they want to expand their games beyond the console. Does that sound familiar to you guys?
Oh yes.
Very.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. The only group that is delusional of this aspect is the ponies. They think that they will keep the status quo, that PlayStation will never change. They will remain horses for the rest of their life. They don't want to elevate to Pegasus. You guys, come on. Let's listen to this article and let's see what are they saying here.
Shout out to Game Over 30 here, who's put this missive on here and this so-called letter. Now, Game Over 30, what letter is this? I asked. So I clicked the link this morning and I was very surprised because I have been saying that when all is said and done, even Nintendo will not be able to avoid the market changes that they will eventually foresee. Our generation, the millennials, we have the view of the world, especially in gaming, from the lens that we, engage the world in and from what imprinted on us in terms of video games. Many of us played the old school Nintendo. If you're a millennial, you probably got your hands on one. Then you played the SNES. You played some arcade games. Then you moved into the Nintendo 64. The Dreamcast was there in your purview. And then the PlayStation came around. And then the PlayStation, 1 came around, which was a modification of PlayStation in that regard. Then you had the Xbox. I never even saw the Xbox for years. Like the first Xbox, I didn't see it till after I had seen the Xbox 360, which is crazy, right? Then you got your hands on the PlayStation 2 and the PS3. And so our world is very different. All the while, as everything was going on, items like game changers and generational shifters like the iPhone, the Android phone, were there replacing so-called advanced phones like Nokia and all of the others.
I mean, the phone, how to say, community, that's a real threat for Nintendo and any kind of handheld because I mean, the iPhone and other phones are doing some amazing things right now with games. So, and if the majority of persons have phones, I mean, any person who is in the handheld business should consider that. I mean, Nintendo is very strong now. Persons are saying that they shouldn't worry, but the guys there in Nintendo, they are very smart. They are not just going to sit down and just do nothing. Just like how I know Sony is not sitting down doing nothing. They know that here what? They cannot rely on the console alone. That is why they are putting their games, even at right now, some of the games coming to the PlayStation is the shortest time they had exclusive on the PlayStation. They're porting these games fast onto the PC. You know why, ponies? Because you guys are not understanding that you guys are not enough. You guys are not in. These guys, these executives, demo and act, they want more money. These guys are not spending the way that they want them to spend.
Look,
so what do you guys think about it?
It's not that we are not enough. It's not that ponies are not enough. It's like these companies, what they want is to make money, not to make money. So what they're trying to do is like expand as big as they can and collect that back, because at the end of the day, that's what they're here for. So if you are, building a business, what you're really trying to do is to sell your product everywhere and to everyone, and make sure that everybody knows about your product and be relevant in each and every corner, right? Because that's what you want, so that your product sells. Unfortunately, for the traditional console lovers, the lifespan of the consoles is like every time that I read any of these articles, I feel like the consoles are gonna be gone anytime soon. But you got a gift of memberships, man. Go check them out.
Yeah, let me just say shout out to Bounty. Let me don't say killer, but Bounty. Thank you for that 5 gifted members. Much appreciated. Big support by Bounty. He's a big time supporter. Thank you very much for that, Bounty. So I understand what you're saying, but demo. But here why I say that they are not enough. There were generations where it is the console company could have only relied on the hardware that they sold, right? There are generations like the PlayStation 2 generation, the PlayStation 3 generation, the Xbox One generation, the Xbox 360 generation. All of those generations, the company only relied on the box. No other outside elements they relied on. So now, as they are seeing different avenues, how they can make more money, because I remember Phil Spencer saying when they looked at what Fortnite is doing, the kind of money Fortnite is making, you feel this is why we got Concord. Sony saw Fortnite and they said, you know what, we could do that. We could do something, and we know what we'll name it, Concord. Well, you know what happened to that? You know what happened to that demo? And guess what happened to Concord? When it released, listen to me, it went 6 feet under. Go down in the hole, Concord. I don't want to hear your name again. 6 feet under. You know what? They get 8 feet under. I don't want to see anything from Concord. You're dead. Go to bed. Go to sleep. You're tired, Concord. Yes, it died. It died, guys. Concord is dead because they tried to copy Fortnite. They wanted that Fortnite money. So as Phil Spencer said, back in the day, the exclusive used to be the biggest games. Back in the day, exclusive like Mario, Halo, those were nothing could have touched those games when they were exclusive to our platform. But the biggest games today are multiplats. And these, go ahead.
I'm gonna say something, and that was why, because the was the game that the console released with. So the original Xbox came out with Halo, so that was the game that was out, and people go ahead, plug in the console, so try out the first game that they had. But like things have changed, and now instead of a console being out and only having one game. Oh, this is the game that the console is coming out. We have now.
Yeah.
It has hundreds and hundreds of games, so it's hard for one game to to be noticed like that. So
Correct.
it's-
And
yeah,
yeah, and that's exactly what he's saying in the video here. He's saying the industry changed. And I mean, any good businessman or company would know that in order to grow, they have to adjust. They cannot stay stagnant. And these ponies want PlayStation to stay stagnant. They don't want PlayStation to grow. They want PlayStation to keep putting exclusive games only on PlayStation and keep it there. But I know Uncle Pee Wee Herman have a surprise for them. It's coming. Uncle Pee Wee is going to say, Peekaboo ponies, I got a surprise for you. I hope you guys can take it. Anything on that, Ark?
Yo, I mean, like, we've seen. Just go all the way back to the Xbox One generation. What Microsoft made the shift. They were like, we smell something in the water. We're gonna make a change. They started to put their games on PC. And what did PlayStation fanboys say? They said the brand is dead, but it was actually the exact opposite. It was becoming stronger and stronger over time. And now PlayStation's seeing that a little bit too late because Microsoft's already making it to mobile and they're just catching up with PC. That's slow.
Yeah.
That's money gone.
Yeah, you're right. Correct is right. Now let's listen to see what else he says here.
Since then, a company like Nintendo understands that very soon those babies that we bought a Switch for are growing up to get the iPhone 19, a phone that basically will obliterate anything.
Let me just say shout out to Dolomite. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Tyrone, Other Zinc, what's up, man? Justin J, what up? Karen, raisins, potato, and oh, buddy, you know we love those raisins in that potato salad, man. Shout out to Adidas 20. What up, my dude? I mean, Adidas is a big time supporter in the community, man. Big time supporter, man.
That the Nintendo Switch can hold for an 8-year generational cycle, 5-6 years, because Apple and these Android companies are constantly pushing the envelope every single 30 minutes. This letter states to the shareholders and investors, as an entertainment company that creates smiles, we aim to offer a unique original brand of play that anyone and everyone can intuitively enjoy. To enable unique entertainment experiences, we place our dedicated video game platform business, integrating both hardware and software at the center of everything we do. Under this development philosophy, we constantly aim to create unique products and services that everyone can enjoy and that feel incredibly intuitive and fun to play regardless of age, gender, or gaming experience. With the dedicated video game platform business at our core, we express the appeal and value of Nintendo Switch, paired with unique game offerings like the Super Mario titles, as an experience that can be enjoyed anytime, anywhere, and with anyone. To continue invigorating our core business, our fundamental strategy is to expand the number of people who have access to Nintendo IP. Now, I'm not going to draw any conclusions here. I'm not going to do that.
Let me just pause it here and let me say shout out. Is that Truknek? How you guys pronounce that? Truknek? Net? True Net? Shout out to you, man. I can't pronounce your name, man. I'm tying up my tongue here. He says games like Fortnite and Roblox becoming platforms into themselves. Consoles need to adapt their strategy to compete by being ubiquitous as they are. And you're right. And you're right. You're right, TrueNet. They need to adjust these games, the success of these games, they are not going to be ignored. The bigger companies, they want that success. And we have to be honest about that.
Okay, just letting you know. I am tempted to, don't get me wrong, I am very tempted to yell, oh, Nintendo multiplat. But I am not going to do it. Simply because at this current moment, ladies and gentlemen, they're just basically signaling their intention. How that will look will be different when it's all put into practice. Nintendo's characters have been nurtured and grown hand in hand with the memories made by generations of consumers as they play our games. We're utilizing our characters to continue expansion into a broad range of areas, including visual content, mobile devices, theme parks, and merchandise. Bam, zabin, dem, bam. You see this, right?
Yeah, so it's looking like Nintendo is, they're looking into tapping in more into mobile devices. I mean, that's a big avenue for them. I know Nintendo have a few mobile games that has brought in a lot of money for them, but they are not just relying on the console. They are not just relying on their ecosystem. You're seeing they're branching out. The PlayStation community, like one of the guys in the chat now, Big Money, he is convinced that nothing is wrong with Sony. Sony is doing exactly what they have done 10 years ago, and they're getting stronger and better. That is why Concord is a success today. It's one of the biggest games right now in the gaming community. I mean, it's shattering all sorts of records. Concord is a game of a generation. That's why. That's why, right?
Right. They're winning.
Yeah, they're winning.
They're winning. They're winning.
Sony can't do nothing wrong, man. Come on.
So you asked them what do you have a Sony PlayStation 4, and they tell you like Sony PlayStation is outselling the Xbox 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1.
All right, great. Like, how is that gonna help you?
at least they know math. At least they know math. Sony's teaching these guys math. Very good.
Right here. Do you see this? I remember telling people in my audiences that Nintendo was also a third-party publisher with the 5 or 7 games that they put on mobile. Now, some people have said, well, since 2017, they haven't put a single game on mobile. And I'm like, I know. But that doesn't relieve them from being a third-party publisher, because they have simply put these games on the App Store by Android, by the App Store by Apple, and the Android Store, Google Play, by the Android, and whatever the heck it is that runs that thing. They have Mario Kart Tour, they have Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem Heroes, Super Mario.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes is a very big game for Nintendo on mobile. That raked in a lot of money for them. But the point of this video, guys, is just to show that, these gaming companies, they need to evolve. If it is you stay stagnant and you don't evolve, and that was one thing Phil Spencer was saying. Phil Spencer is saying we cannot survive as an industry if we continue to sell to the same people every generation. And it makes sense. It makes sense. If it is you want to expand the industry and grow the industry, then you have to look in other places, because consistently, when it is you look at all the gaming generations, we have not seen any growth since the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 3 didn't surpass the PlayStation 2, so that means no growth. The PlayStation 4 did not surpass the PlayStation 2, that means no growth. And the PlayStation 5 will not surpass the PlayStation 2. That means no growth. So in other words, one could deduce that you are selling the console to the same amount of people. Where is the growth? And I mean, these ponies, they can't understand it. I don't know if we need to give them a dewormer. What is going on? But let me hear what you guys think about, the industry changing. What do you guys expect for the future? And are you optimistic about the gaming industry?
Look,
Oh, yeah.
Me and you, we talked a couple of times
Yeah.
about the NFL on your podcast.
Yeah.
Like, when NFL got a taste of that money, they was not letting it go after that. When Nintendo sees the money that Microsoft is going to be making, there's no way they're going to let go of that money. They're going to want that bag. And it's like Demo said, it's about the bag. But I think it's also a little bit that, when Nintendo came forward also and admitted that games development has ballooned. So I think it's a little bit of games development is expensive, and we have not really expanded beyond the PS2 era. And we should have already been at 600 million. Yeah, correct. You're absolutely right. What about you, Demo?
Well, I feel like console sales didn't grow, but gamers and gaming got bigger and bigger and more mainstream than ever. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Especially during COVID.
Because the number of console sales does not represent the amount of gamers that are out there. A lot of people are gaming via cloud lately. A lot of people I'm playing on those Fire Sticks that y'all made fun of. A lot of people got it. And a lot of people are like, oh, is that true that you can play on the Fire Stick? I've got one. Oh, I don't need to buy an Xbox or I don't need to buy a PlayStation. And like people think that console sales, like the minute that this is digital, is only gonna affect Xbox. But like the PlayStation fan, that when the new generation comes and they'll be like the next PlayStation is PlayStation 6 or whatever, and they feel like, okay, $800 is too much. Maybe I could just like play it on the cloud. Is decent enough. And the same thing that happened with DVDs is gonna happen to gaming. People are gonna gravitate towards the cheaper option, which is digital, because you could you could buy a DVD out there. It costs you like $300 just to buy a DVD. How stupid is that in like 2025? Go ahead and buy a DVD when you can buy Netflix.
Come on.
Like and you think about it, it's the same thing with gaming. Now with gaming, people care about the power, performance, the pixels, the FPS. But to be honest, all of that is this generation. The generation before, after us, they all started playing with phones, so they don't care about performance. They be playing on the worst possible way.
So let me ask you this, Demo. Let me ask you this: when do you think which generation will be the last generation when it comes to console gaming? Let me say.
I think that's like 2-3 generations away. 2-3
generations. 2-3. Okay.
Just because gamers are hard-headed and they hold on tight to those friction walls.
Yeah.
And they don't want to let go.
Yeah.
Look, it's sad because obviously I grew up on CDs and stuff, and I love it, right? Like the cartridges and all that, collecting all that. But then it comes to a point that it's all like junk, bro. Honestly, it's all junk. Why? Use your space better.
And I know it makes sense. A lot of gamers today, they like the ease of this toggling between games. Think about getting up to change your games and so forth. A lot of gamers not into that these days. They just love toggling between games. So persons love, how gaming would have evolved. Something that they would have argued about Microsoft 10 years ago. Remember the DRM situation at the launch of Xbox One? They argued down Microsoft for that. And today, that's in every game. That's a
standard. That's a standard
now. So
every time Microsoft try to do something innovative, they make it seem like it's a bad move so that everybody can copy it and then be like, oh, we are the pioneers, like with achievements and Xbox Live and services and all that. So
so as Microsoft continue to innovate in different ways, look to see how best. At the end of the day, as rightfully as what Demo said and Ark said, look to see how you benefiting from any particular platform. And currently, Xbox is taking the lead when it comes to the gamers' benefit. No one can sit here and tell me that an Xbox gamer is not benefiting from Game Pass, benefiting from the ecosystem, being able to play on phones, being able to play on Fire Stick. We are benefiting. We could play game right now after this podcast. I could go lay down on the bed and play a game because of the ecosystem. Microsoft ecosystem for me is better than any other ecosystem. It's just more convenient to me, right?
Yeah. So I want to highlight a comment. Somebody down there, shout out to Other Sync. He said Phil Spencer said that consoles are the best place to play. Consoles aren't going anywhere. Look, and then somebody down there said consoles are evolving to PC. The thing is that you guys don't understand how powerful the cloud technology be or could be in the future if they get it right. We're seeing it right now, how cloud, let's say like digital streaming, like what Netflix does and Crunchyroll or Hulu or whatever, they totally got destroyed cable TV. Nobody uses cable TV anymore. And cable TV was the main thing to watch TV back in the day. Now, today, we watch TV digitally through an app or through third-party software or whatever. But like cable TV is there. Like whoever got cable right now, like you must be at least 65-year-old.
What? They already fuck 65.
Nobody has cable TV, bro. People I know, like it's gotta be very, very 0.5% of the people that I know that have cable. Well, I live in the United States too. I live in the United States.
Yeah, 65 is old, man.
Yeah. What? So back to what he was saying. Yeah, consoles are evolving into PCs, but PC wants to evolve into a cloud. What happened with GeForce Now? Like, why would they want to put a cloud service if they had the most powerful cards? Look, guys, pay attention to the way things are moving, right? Nvidia is investing heavily in the cloud. Nvidia is one of the most powerful companies when it comes to gaming. Yeah, people don't really like think about it like that because what they do is like graphic cards and stuff, but Nvidia is one of the most powerful companies in the world, and they pushing the cloud heavily with the GeForce Now service. That's really popular right now. Now, to that add Game Pass, and to that add even PlayStation had their own cloud thing. Amazon had the cloud thing. So that's where it's going now. It's just that the technology is not there, and obviously some gamers still want to play native. So what I say is like in the future, maybe we'll see something like a ring, or maybe your phone turns into a whatever that you can hook. Maybe you can hook up your phone into TV and that's it. And it's also your phone. So that's what technology is going. So being attached so hard to traditional consoles, just think about it this way, man. We fell in love with the games, not with the plastic box. I can't stress that enough. So, I mean.
Yeah. So Demo is saying, guys, don't be the golden girls of gaming. You see the golden girls? Don't be the golden girls of gaming, man. You need to, start to become a little younger. But
plus
go ahead.
Real. We got to keep it real with something real quick. Like, everybody's correct in this conversation so far. Yeah. But there's one detail that I think even the chat needs to hear. There are 4 billion people out there that own mobile. That's a serious number. That's not a number that the gaming industry is messing around with. I got people that are going through college right now, and they're coming out exclusively wanting to make mobile games. There's people that for them, the hardware is already done for them. Emotionally, and that's billions of people. Us that are trying to hold on to the old school stuff, like we love the old school stuff, but there's people that have already moved on, and the industry is gonna move on eventually. So Demo, you called it like straight down the middle with that one.
Yes. Yeah. So of course, guys, we're talking about the future, but as for now, we are saying very clear that Xbox is the best place to play games. Fact. That's very clear, and also we are excited for the future. So, guys, this was a beautiful show. I mean, you guys did your thing. I love the commentary. I love the banter from Demo. I love the banter there from Ark. You all did your thing. Shout out your channels, man. Shout out your channels. I want you guys to say something about put it in the chat. Where could they find you, Ark? Yeah, where they could find you.
Good chat, y'all can find me on the Archangel Nexus YouTube or the Archangel Nexus Twitch. I'll be streaming them old school beat 'em ups and stuff like that. I'm always playing GoldenEye. Sometimes I got the homies over and we playing GoldenEye multiplayer, so you can check it out there. But I'm always gonna be on the Demo Flow Gaming channel, and you could definitely check me out right here also.
Yeah.
So gaming, yo.
Correct. So if it is you want to see a GoldenEye, not a silver eye, guys. We don't deal with silver here. Gold, real gold. GoldenEye, the best GoldenEye player out, Archangel, right? What about you, Demo? Where they can find you, man?
You can find me, Demo Flow Gaming here on YouTube, uploading videos and stuff. I uploaded a video earlier today. I also do the show with Archangel and Powerball. Shout out to him. We do it every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We get on there and talk some games, man, have some fun, I'm also on the Simone and Doodle, night shift. Yep. And this Saturday, I'll be with the guys at ADS podcast, Game Pass Daily. Game Pass
Wonderful.
Daily. So
check. Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you. Shout out to Cha. See you down there. Guys, doing your thing. Appreciate you guys. And, shout out to the whole Xbox communities, man. We're eating good.
Yep. And look, they're singing your song, man. DOA.
Hey,
look at it. Come on. Song Demo. So if it is you want that soul content flowing, there's a reason why he has flow in his name. Because he let the salt flow like the river of Jordan. Come on, man. If you want to get your salt content, you want to get your fix. If your blood pressure is too high, don't watch his channel because the salt will be flowing like the river of Jordan. So, guys, thank you very much for coming. It was fun. Chat, it was a beautiful podcast. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe, much love, and peace. We are out of here.